And good afternoon, everyone. This is Woody Collins, and we are here to talk about the Congo. I'm with Congo Helping Hands, and we do humanitarian work in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And our subject for today is the cost of drilling wells. So if you like these ideas and about what we're doing, please like, subscribe, and share the content. We have been talking about the JMP drinking water ladder, and that's where we go up as we go up the ladder from the first round, which is surface water, and which is very polluted and they don't have modern conveniences to treat it. So the next step up is unimproved water source, which is uh, a source that has the potential to be good drinking water, but it has not been improved or it has not been developed in a way that it will protect the source, the water from get contaminated from different sources, either biological or a chemical. Then we move up to the limited, which is a protected source, and it's also less likely to be polluted, but you have to walk more than 30 minutes from your house round trip to get water back and forth. And then we move up to the basic, which is another the situation as the limited. However, it has uh, you can make it to the source and back within a 30-minute. And then finally is the gold standard of what we are shooting for is a safely managed water source, meaning say it is basically on the premises of where people live. And so there is either a well or something that's there where you've pumped the water to the premises and they can get it relatively easy, say within a matter of 2 to 3 minutes or 5 minutes. And we're not necessarily talking about inside plumbing or something like that. We're just saying that they may have uh, a hydrant, a faucet that's outside the house, right there among a group of houses together. So, as I talked about yesterday, I said, in order to achieve that in the Congo, uh, probably, and the only way I see it now being achieved is you have to have a water well because you can drill a water well directly on the premises in a group of houses that are in the area of a village quarter or something like that, where people won't have to walk that far to get the water. And also, if you had everything in order, you could actually, put it right there to their premises. And also, if you had a drill well with a tank and everything, you can have water 24 hours a day in theory. And so, therefore, that is probably the system that we would work out beyond a municipal system. Municipal systems in the Congo basically being they're deteriorated and the cities are outgrown the original distribution line. So therefore, anybody outside the old city limits are without water and they on their own. So what about these water wells? Why is there not a lot of them? As I mentioned earlier, that there is in the Congo probably less water wells per capita than any place else that I know of. Uh, and the primary reason is that the Congo has plenty of surface water and also unimproved sources like springs and things like that. So by being in the Congo Basin, you got a lot of, water that's near people. And so the easiest way to get you up to a limited source or a basic source is capture springs, and people can go get water from there. And a lot of them that we've tested, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 60% of them, they have safe drinking water. However, that's not 100%. That is, and also in a lot of cases, they have to walk for over 30 minutes to get to water. So that's what I'm talking about is probably 60% is somewhere in those the middle three, either an unimproved source because it's not safe, a limited source, which is over 30 minutes but safe, and our basic source, which less than 15, and that covers pretty much all the water. So to drill these wells is going to be cost prohibitive. And here is the reasons why I think they're cost prohibitive. Number one, drillers are not plentiful. And we go back to uh, economics, it's supply and demand. If you have very few drillers, then they can demand a premium price because uh, there's not that many people drilling, and so they have an adequate amount of work, or that they know that they can demand a price that if they find the people who are willing to pay that. So drillers is number one, is not plentiful. Right behind that is drilling rigs. Drilling rigs are expensive, anywhere from uh, a even a trailer mounted rig that we bought was in the neighborhood of $40,000. You have to get up to truck mounted rigs, which will run you over to $200,000 or more. And then finally, you have the materials, because every well you drill has to have the necessary materials. Number one, you're going to have some type of pumping mechanism, either a manual pump or a solar or electric pump. So if you put it on an electric pump, you got to have a generator. If you put it on a solar pump, you got to have panels. A manual pump is you got to put in some mechanism that you're going to have to repair those on a every 6 months to a year basis because they will break. And where are you getting these? And also, where are you getting these parts from? Not only the pumps, but also the casing that goes down and the screens that go down in the ground to protect your the water source, and also to allow you to pump up good water. They are not made in the Congo. They're made outside the Congo. So therefore, everything is imported, and the Congo government, even though it's bringing water to the people, they still, in some cases, charge a large amount of taxes on it since they're imported goods. And so you're going to have to, pay the price. So uh, if you paid uh, uh, X number of dollars, say let's say $1,000 for $2,000 for a pump. When you bring it into the country, you're going to get hit with maybe a 20% tax on it. So it's already up to $2,400. So that is added to the import, and also you got to transport those materials. You only have one place that it pretty much comes into, that's the capital city, or if you're out east, you can have it come into one place out that way, but you still have to get it into the interior wherever you want to drill. So it is a big problem of supply and demand. As we develop more supply of drillers, of drilling rigs, and be able to routinely import stuff, we may start getting things at a more stable price. But until that happens, uh, drilling is going to be very, very expensive. So that is my take on it. Thank you very much for stopping by today. This was a question that came in from one of my persons that I ran into, and we were discussing that because he wanted to know why does it cost so much money to have something drilled in the Congo. So thank you, Matt, for giving me that question, and we will talk with you later. Take care, and let's get this pandemic under control. Number one, let's wash our hands with water. Number two is wear our masks. Number three is socially distance ourselves. And for those who have the vaccine available, please get your vaccine if it's your desire, and hopefully that is your desire, so that we can really get all these variants under control. So thank you very much, and we will talk with you later. Take care now.